Big day, dude. Big day.
Context?
The thinnest watch ever was released.
Who cares?
That's what the whole episode's about.
Richard Mill. What is up, watch fan? I am Christian, the curator of the Theo and Harris Watch Shop.
I am Michael. Nice to meet you.
And it's so underwhelming. I come with energy. I bring energy.
It's like what I was saying. I saw Christian's mom in Walgreens today, and she's like, "So what's going on?" And I was like,
Nothing.
Nothing. I tried to deflect it so fast because I had nothing. I was like, "What's going on with you?" She's like,
I tell people you don't want to know.
Nothing.
Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about a bunch of things, a bunch of live subjects.
Yes, today we're talking about the world's thinnest watch.
Yeah.
Extra, read all about it. Danny Milton even wrote a story on Hodinkee.
Fantastic.
Then we're going into the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Perpetual Calendar Ultra Thin. The subject today is thinness in watches.
Wow, nice.
And then finally, we're ending with the Moonswatch appears to be ramping up production. I just want to talk about that.
I have a funny Moonswatch story for you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay, today's episode is sponsored by our friends over at ZBiotics. We'll talk more about them later, but ZBiotics is effectively my best friend because it is a probiotic drink that you drink before you're going to have a couple of alcoholic beverages, and
you don't
it's
drink.
a little bit of the secret to my my bounce back success.
Yes, yes.
I'm pretty sharp in the morning. Listen, I'm a pro.
It's true.
All right.
Been drinking his whole life.
So, great. Let's...
Don't tell my mom that.
Great. Go. First subject. Go.
Great. Go. Michael.
Why am I paying you?
Remember that little stage in our videos where we were accidentally doing everything at the exact same time?
Yes.
What happened?
I don't know.
Start drinking again.
All right, before we get into this first subject, which is...
Thinness in watches.
Yeah, thinness in watches.
Hot or not?
Frankly, I'm more of a girthy guy.
I know.
Have you been noticed? Have you been noticed that I've been getting a little bit bigger? Have you been noticed that I've been working out?
Yep.
No, yeah.
I meant to talk to you about a race, by the way.
Watch on my wrist. I'm wearing a Rolex Explorer 36mm. Love this watch. Oyster bracelet. Very good case. Fantastic stuff. This watch, along with a whole host of other watches from Rolex and even Patek Philippe right now and Omega, are available in the Theo and Harris Vintage Watch Shop. I believe wholeheartedly in vintage watches, especially today. There's so many hype things in the market right now, and a lot of them are looking to the past. So I say, why look to the past when we can actually just go and buy the past?
That's the thing.
The quality was incredible then. I mean, it's still great now, but if you've ever owned or worn a Rolex from the 50s or 60s or 70s, whatever, you would just be mind blown, or you have been mind blown by the level of quality even then.
And experimental.
Can't believe it.
There's so much more experimental.
Some rare little details. I love it.
Yep.
I adore vintage watches. That's why I curate the Vintage Watch Shop at Theo and Harris. So if you're interested in buying a watch, we have some new stuff too, some modern stuff, but really it's a vintage shop.
Yeah.
Head on over and shoot me an email at info@theoandharris.com. I'm happy to talk to you, engage, and answer questions, and do whatever I can to help you guys find the next great watch. So yeah, shoot me a message. Let's buy some watches.
And really quick, if you want a very, very high quality strap from the USA,
Bologna or Paris. Yeah.
Bologna or Paris, Theo and Harris is the watch shop and the place to be.
And the
in all
shop.
actuality.
Yeah, for real. Our strap shop is incredible. So head on over and take a look. Support the Theo and Harris shop.
We're talking about the world's thinnest watch. Again, who cares? But also, in the weirdest way possible, there's always this technology will help further technology in watch thinness. And this one especially, there's a weird thing about it. But real quick, this is the RMX Ferrari collaboration.
Yes.
$1.888 million watch.
Yes.
That is the thinnest watch in the world and can also withstand 5,000 Gs of force.
150 of these are made,
Yep.
which means it's $400 million. It's I'm sorry, no, it's there were only 150 made, so it's $300 million. So it's $300 million in sales. So I would say that it's got to be close to probably. I'm gonna. What's funny? The only person that's going to laugh at this is going to be whoever's making this, that they're going to say they made a lot more than this. But they got to be making at least $200 million, right? Making $200 million bucks, I would imagine, and I'm sure quite a bit more than that. For this thing, for this ugly watch. And, the truth is, yes, I think ultra-thin technology is very interesting. I love that Piaget has done it. I love that for the last couple of years, it's been Piaget versus Bulgari, Piaget, beating each other.
RM.
And then RM jumps in, and they win it.
What's interesting, though, is looking at this watch right away. Well, the big kind of a brilliance thing of this watch is that most watches that are this thin use the case as a base plate.
Right.
This does not. There's a movement inside of this, and this is a regular watch case.
Wow.
So that was a huge deal. But I do think when we look at Piaget's ultra thins, they're gorgeous. This is ugly.
What is the reference?
RMUP-01 Ferrari. And this is a 1.75 millimeter thin case. The Bulgari Octo Finissimo Ultra was 1.8. So they shaved off 0.05.
Wow.
So
would you wear this watch?
No. I would wear a Piaget ultra thin.
Yeah.
I think the Piaget focuses obviously on thinnest watch, but also just like a pleasing dial layout.
Yeah.
This, like, there's nothing there on the front. You're wearing it looks like a steel medical band.
And a Ferrari logo. Obviously, what is Ferrari's connection here?
Everything I read,
Ferrari
people were
isn't known for the
thinnest car.
No, it's like bizarre.
Ferrari's like, yeah, we thinned out all the metal of our car. It's very paper-like now.
Yeah, really?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't care about this.
I have no idea. But what is fascinating is I'd love to see the thinner watch movement or the thinner watch trend move into more conventional watches. Not ultra thins, not like slices of watches, but just regularly, like if we use micro rotors more or something and thinned out movements.
Oh, I agree with that completely.
Gorgeous, because that's the thing I've been looking at lately. Like, just thick watches don't look that good to me.
No, it's all about proportions, right? I mean,
yeah.
and thickness being one of the, it's difficult. Obviously, it's difficult to tell from a certain angle, right, from above. Yeah. But when you're wearing the watch, you can certainly tell, if proportionally it's off.
Oh yeah,
it's too thick.
Was the what is the new Tudor?
The Black Bay Pro?
The Black Bay Pro,
I heard it's a tank.
I feel like thickness in watches isn't a big deal until you really start to pay attention to it, and then you lose that like compactness.
Like proportions are like eyebrows. You don't realize how much you need them until they're gone. It's like, what the f*** is wrong with your face? What happened there? A quick word from our sponsor real quick, and an outfit switch. Now we look ridiculous. We looked cool before.
Yeah, no.
The sponsor of today's video is ZBiotics.
Yes, this is a probiotic that you take before you're going to have a fun night out. So that way, the next morning, you're feeling fantastic.
Yeah, I drink alcohol. Michael does not drink alcohol. I drink alcohol constantly, right? It is... Constantly. It's very social, and I want to, because I'm a high performance individual.
Yes.
And bright and early, I am back up. I'm exercising, and I'm on calls, and I'm working, trying to build a company here, guys.
I mean, a lot of times going out and meeting people is part of the company.
It is.
Not even in a joking way.
100%. So before I go out, right, anticipation of going out, I pop one of my ZBiotics, I throw it back, and I feel terrific the next day. Yeah. And I've grown accustomed to that. Now I'm spoiled. I've grown very accustomed, and now I'm spoiled to feeling
you
good. You
yawn, smiling in the morning.
It's awesome.
And really what's happening is that when you drink, a toxic byproduct of alcohol builds up in your gut. Mm-hmm. This is a probiotic that basically gives you the enzyme to break that down.
Yep.
So the next day, you're refreshed, you're ready to go. Go back to work. If it's another day in the weekend, see people and just feel as good as you did the night before too.
Yep. This is not pseudoscience. This isn't just random plant extracts that are branded. This is not the case. It's not an off-the-shelf ingredient. ZBiotics is actually the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. This is something that took research and development with the consumer in mind. And that's very, very important to keep in mind.
So if that's something you're interested in, you can get 15% off your first order of ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic by clicking the link in the description, or using our code Theo and Harris at checkout. Or you can go to zbiotics.com/Theo and Harris to get 15% off.
If you're interested in feeling terrific after a night out of drinking, do what Michael just told you to do.
Yes.
I'm telling you. Frankly, I'm a pro.
Yep. And don't call me Frank. Have you seen the Vacheron Overseas Perpetual Calendar Ultra Thin Skeleton?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing with the VC Overseas is, they're on the little bit of a thick side if you're comparing them to, like, proportionally. They're a little bit off compared to, I think, the the ultra thin competitors like the Royal Oak Jumbo, or they're not even ultra thin, they're just thin.
Yeah.
I mean, they call them ultra thin, but it's the Royal Oak Jumbo and then the Nautilus. The Overseas is a thicker watch. Now they actually, I don't know if you know this, they actually make an ultra thin Overseas. Do you know that? No, not even this. Time only.
Oh.
Only available in white gold and not available at all.
Really?
So that was a little bit bothersome to some VC people.
Yeah.
Because they were like, wait, so you do make a better version of this watch, but you only make it in white gold, and I can't get it?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
Yes.
I have no problem offering a particular model with a particular, like when you have a watch in multiple metals and some of them are precious,
yeah.
I think that it is wise for those precious models to have some certain details that are special.
Of course.
Not just the precious metal, right?
Right.
Like the 5711, it's in chocolate. It was rose with a chocolate dial. Chocolate dial's not available in the steel. I have no problem with that.
That's fantastic. Right.
But if the precious metal version had other things that were more objectively better, like a better clasp, like what the fuck? If,
it's just built better.
What? Wait,
yeah,
so
right.
You just did a better job with it?
They're like, yeah.
It's not different in its details. It's better. What? No.
Yeah, that's what's interesting is that's essentially a new watch model. Like that's a totally different release.
Wait, it's like saying, okay, so we Apple. They have the iPhone 13, and we also have the iPhone 14 at the same time. Way better technology, but it's only in gold. What?
Why?
Why don't you just put the technology in the 13? Oh, we could.
We could.
Why don't you?
Easily.
Don't want it. It's only for the gold people.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, can I fine? Fine. Fuck it. I'll buy it. Give it to me. Oh, we don't have any.
Oh, we made 3.
We made 3.
And
they're all in Saudi Arabia.
Wow. Why?
Wow.
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
You just thought it'd be cool.
So yeah, but this watch is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely. The skeleton
They also
dial,
made it in titanium.
Really?
Blow your mind.
Wow.
Eat your heart out.
Eat your heart out.
Eat your heart out.
Are you telling me that?
I'll eat your heart out.
Okay. This is 8.1 millimeters thick. That is
You don't know that
very...
reference? That's like from Greece. Eat your heart out? No?
No, I know eat your heart out. I was saying, are you saying that to me at this watch? Or
I
saying
would in theory. I would in theory.
What's
you know
is you don't have
why I
one.
wouldn't eat your heart out? You know why? Because you're so malnourished. It's
so many vegetables.
What's the
taste
point?
would be
What's
horrible.
the point? It'd be a waste of calories.
Very low salt in the system, no fat. You're like,
Have you seen Liver King online?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a weirdo.
What a cool
apparently
guy.
it's all bull. The guy just takes steroids.
Oh,
There's this guy
100%.
on YouTube, on Instagram, he's called Liver King, that people, I don't know anything about this stuff, but a lot of the allegations are, well, his whole thing is it's an ancestral lifestyle.
Yes.
So he just walks around, he's huge, the guy's a fucking tank.
Yeah.
And all he does is carry weights around.
He drags weights
just
through the
drags
forest.
things.
He
It's bizarre. He
has
lifts
all
up
these like
trees and pulls them out of the ground. But his diet is all like bone marrow and
liver.
hearts and liver. And I eat all of those things. I love all those things.
But you don't look like Liver King.
But one, we cook them,
Yeah.
He eats them raw, and it's bizarre. And he claims that, these tenants are his thing. I clearly paid more attention to this than I'm doing.
Then you're letting
these
on.
tenants are, these are how you get in shape. And apparently people are just saying that it's just a big marketing company that owns him. And he's just a guy that they're pumping with steroids.
Interesting.
He's repping their multi-million-dollar operation.
I would see that because I saw he sleeps on like a bed of a wood pallet inside this mansion.
It's bizarre.
He puts like his phone inside of like a cage to stop with the RF shielding and stuff like that. But it's like, but then why would you have a phone?
Yeah.
That was the thin watch discussion. Really, there's not much to say besides I wish a lot of companies, or I could see it happening where.
Oh, here's the thing. I found the meme. Look, it's the Arthur one. He's holding a shiv. He's gonna shank someone.
Oh, and it's gonna file the watch down.
Oh, see, I thought he was angry and he's going to shank
You're
somebody.
too New Jersey.
I'm way too drunk. I thought he was going to stab the RM
No,
guy.
he's going to make it...
He's going to pass in you the mess hall and just drive one right into your chest. That is so funny. That is so funny. I have a cousin that he's like a mess. He's like he was addicted to drugs, big mess. Spent most of his life in jail. Anyway, I never really met him, and then he came to Thanksgiving one year. I actually never met him. Then he came to Thanksgiving one year and said hello as if he had known me my entire life. It's bizarre. Hey, how you doing, cuz? And he was talking about jail, and he goes, they can make a weapon out of anything. And I was like, oh yeah, like what? And he goes, name one thing, and I'll tell you how to make it into a weapon. And I was like, a cigarette. I'm thinking something soft you can't do. Yeah. He goes, easy. Chew on the filter long enough, that it's a blade. I'll kill you with it. I'm like, what? Pass the turkey, by the way. My father was the only person in the room. Everyone was like weirded out that he was there. Yeah. But my dad was the only person in the room that kept it consistent that this person did not belong at our dinner table. My dad's like, are you guys
Your dad putting up
me?
a stink too. Like,
What
he
is this?
can't
Get
be
him out
here.
of here. No. And then I said to my grandfather, I was like, everyone called my grandfather is my grandfather, but he's the uncle to many. So everyone calls him Uncle T, Uncle T, Uncle Tito, Uncle T, Uncle T, Uncle T. So I sometimes I call him Uncle T just because it's like his family name, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And so I said, Uncle T, hey, Uncle T. And before I could say anything, this degenerate that's been sleeping in the subway, doing God knows what for drugs for the last 50 years, goes, whoa, that's your grandfather. Don't you ever disrespect him. I was like, am I living in the Twilight Zone? Is Johnny Boy giving me lessons on manners?
God.
Are you crazy?
Whoa.
Don't do that.
I'll take
in front of me,
that drumstick and stick it in your neck. You're like, what?
I'll fashion this little plate into a knife and kill you.
Listen, you put a plate in your mouth long enough, it becomes a dangerous weapon.
Anyway, I could really word family.
Wow.
It's not normal.
No, that's not normal at all.
My buddy bought a fake Moonswatch this morning. Yep, Alibaba.
25
bucks.
Really?
Yeah, he called me up. He was like, fucking, I caved. I said, you caved? Oh, Big Wrist John.
Oh, Big Wrist. I knew who it was the second you said that. Of course. That's such a Big Wrist John.
Yeah. Big Wrist John, the man who owns a, rose gold Day-Date olive dial and the gold Submariner, and he's got a GMT, he's got a whole bunch of fucking watches.
Yeah.
You would think this is a very wealthy man. This is not a very wealthy man. This is someone who again, it's like, it's all relative, blah, 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 blah. But he has really scrounged together.
This is someone who has a good watch collection.
This is someone who has really scrounged together for these things that he enjoys very much, and the only one he wouldn't sell would be he says he wouldn't sell would be the Day-Date, and if he does sell anything, it would not be because he was flipping. It'd be because it's a lot of money, and really sometimes you're just forced to liquidate. Not forced to, because you're gonna die if you don't. But
logically, this needs to go.
When your wife says, "Hey, we want to do the backyard is a large amount of money," you say, I am in trouble.
Bye, Day-Date.
I have maybe put myself in a predicament. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, he today calls me up and he goes, you know what? I want to tell you something. I was like, what? He's like, I caved. I was like, you could cave on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bought a fucking fake Moonswatch. And I said, what did you do? He's like, yeah, I went on Alibaba for 25 bucks. I bought a fake Moonswatch, and the one with the box was 85. He's like, fuck that. Who needs box? So no box papers. Just a Moonswatch.
Wow.
Yeah, and he'll let me know how it is. We'll like review a fake Moonswatch.
Of course.
I suspect that it will be basically, give or take, just as good as the real Moonswatch.
So do I.
That's what I would think.
You need a generic quartz movement, a plastic case, and a plastic crystal.
It's nothing. It's nothing. So I think it'll be fine. I think it'll actually be cool and nice. But I'll wear it to work, etc. This may be the one scenario where I was like, yeah, fake watch, whatever.
I saw a meme. It was probably Bro Dinky, but it was this guy picking up trash on the road, and he's grabbing like one of those like clear plastic cups that's just like, it's disgusting. It's made of literal trash, and the caption is, "Whoa, bioceramic."
That's great.
So obviously there's more behind bioceramic, but it's plastic. For a while I thought it was a ceramic case, but it's hysterical.
Wow, that's great.
I can't wait to see this fake one.
That's genius. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I think he got Mission to Mercury.
I noticed, even before we get into the production levels, now that people are buying fake Moonswatches, and they're on eBay for a higher price. I was going to get one for someone. It was like $700, $800. I was like, I can't do it for a plastic watch. How do you think Omega handled the Moonswatch release? Omega and Swatch.
How do I think that, not...
Well, a quick run through just in case someone's not caught up. Moonswatch is announced online, limited edition. Yeah. Very, very hard to get. You can only get it in stores. Everybody loses their mind. 2 days before the release, never mind, it's not going to be only in stores. It's going to be online and not limited.
And they're not limited, right.
Very easy to get.
Yes.
Everybody's like, oh, okay.
The lines were incredible. People were stabbed in New York.
People were stabbed and killed in New York.
They weren't killed, but they were stabbed.
Stabbed. Japan completely shut down releases of the watch because it was getting so crazy. Pandemonium. Then everybody's like, well, I'll just get it online. You and someone else backed out because you're like, we'll get it online. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden that wasn't a thing. The online release got delayed and it's in very, very limited quantities and only available in
It's
stores.
very limited qualities.
Very limited qualities too. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's bleeding. The color's bleeding on people's watches.
Disaster.
And now when we went to the shoot, we were talking about Moonswatch, and a lot of the guys that we were talking to said most Swatch stores will basically be like, get out. Don't ask for a Swatch, a Moonswatch. Like, just get out of here. We don't have them at all. And one guy I talked to said that he went to the store to Swatch and ended up, and this is literally how you talk to like an AD for Patek or AP or Rolex or something like that. He went to a Swatch store, talked to a Swatch employee, and was like, oh yeah, I'm buying this watch for my son, not a Moonswatch, just a regular Swatch. His son's still in like a stroller. He's like, he'll think it's fun, whatever, it's this and that. Buddied up with the guy. He was like, I made it a point to like talk to the guy and chat with him and learn about him. And then privately, off to the side, was like, yeah, but I'm like looking for a Moonswatch. This is a Swatch store.
Swatch.
There's Legos to the side.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm really looking for a Moonswatch. And the guy was like, well, which one? Like super quietly.
Yeah.
And he's like, XYZ.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, okay, well, give me.
You got a Moonswatch?
You got a $250 plastic watch. Whoa. Bioceramic.
Whoa, relax, bro. Whoa. We don't do it here.
But that's the thing.
Here.
They didn't do it there.
Wow.
So he goes in the back. He's like, I got the watch. Like, give it a second. People are just coming in, but like, meet me up there, and like, I'll give you the watch. Don't make a big deal out of it. I'll give you the bag and head out. Like, don't stay in the store because we don't have them. So he gives him the Moonswatch. This guy puts it under his stroller and leaves. And he was like, honest to God, like, I was never more worried to get mugged than with the Moonswatch. He's like, the tension in the store. Because as he was leaving, 3 other guys were coming in and were like, are there any Moonswatches here? Like, shouting it to the staff.
Right.
So, all in all, after all of that knowledge, how did Omega and Swatch handle the Moonswatch release? People are underground dealing Moonswatches.
My bigger issue, I think, is not with... it was disorganized. It was a fucking mess.
Yep.
Net definitely positive. My larger issue is that I just don't feel that Omega really capitalized or was even interested in capitalizing. Where was this decision coming from?
That's a great question.
Were the Omega executives unanimously happy about this and excited about it?
Who is excited at the outcome?
They're owned by Swatch. Maybe this decision just came from Swatch.
Yeah.
Meaning not Swatch the watch brand, but Swatch the conglomerate.
Yes.
And said, you be nice to your younger brother.
Right.
And you were forced to. So my larger issue is that I think that there was some leakage, right? Like Omega could have capitalized more on it. Period. A lot more.
Yep.
Yeah, they could have released real Speedmasters a week later with special colors, with a red bezel,
which would have been insane. Yeah,
like they did with their Aquaterras.
Yep.
But then I wonder, well, why didn't they do that? Were they just being stupid, or were they not really happy to do this to begin with?
Is this an embarrassment to a company that is owned by a larger company?
Right.
Are they like, yes, we will give you what you need and stop talking to us?
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I would wager on that being an insult to Omega.
Yeah.
At least to some degree, or to some very specific people. They're like, we're making our most renowned, like, history-breaking watch in the world out of plastic for $250.
Yep.
And the quality control's not that good?
Like what?
Yeah. Wow.
Bizarre, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that this was not a decision that was exciting for most people involved.
I think the people
even
that...
Swatch employees must have been like, F this.
That's why I told you.
My job is like
to.
kind of easy or whatever. It's not this. Well, easy or not. Again, you have to be careful who you can offend. Yeah, my job is relax. Okay. But it's not this hard, and dealing with these fucking incessant phone calls.
It's not kids and teenagers going to Swatch store. It's grown, sweaty men being like, do you have a Moonswatch? I don't want Mission to Pluto.
I haven't bought a Swatch since I was a kid. My first Swatch. Then everyone must be like, back off.
Yeah, I have like 6 System 51s.
Cool.
So that's crazy. And I 100% agree, because everybody I talked to at the Oris event was like, I haven't seen a happy Swatch employee in a very, very long time. Now they walk in, they're like, we don't have it. We don't have it.
We don't have it. Off.
Yeah.
Off, I'm full. Did you see, that was a Monty Python joke. And after dinner mint, off, I'm full. It's great. You gotta watch it. He explodes. Did you ever see Jingle All the Way?
Yeah. The toy?
Yeah. When he goes and there's the fraudulent Turbo Man toy.
Yeah.
Yo soy Turbo Man. And he's like, no refunds. You opened it up.
Yeah. But there are people now, like Big Riz John, that are like,
Dasher Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Donner, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Dasher Dancer. Yeah, come on. And then fucking Sinbad was like, people are sick when the thing exploded, when the building exploded.
I remember that
Come
one.
on.
I saw that at my grandmother's condo probably when I was 8.
Liz, these cookies.
We gotta figure out how to monetize that thing. That just happened. That'd be rich.
His wife killed him, not Schwarzenegger.
I know, not
Hartman, Phil Hartman.
Why?
No reason. Hysterical guy, apparently a lovely guy on. He was just on SNL, just a loved guy, beloved guy, and he's fucking Canadian. Who kills a Canadian? I mean, there's at least one. Frankly, there's one Canadian that I'm not so thrilled about.
What you're watching right now is not a conversation. This is just
his wife just shot him. I think in the fucking head when he was sleeping. Imagine that.
Dude, can you
My grandfather was sitting here, he'd be like, what'd I tell you about getting married? Huh? What'd I tell you?
You're like, weren't you so happy?
She's grandmother, lovely woman.
It's different.
Yeah.
Can you, oh my god, if Sally shot you in the head, do you know how upset I'd be?
Sally don't have the balls to shoot. If Sally shoots me in a nightmare, she better wake up and apologize. All right.
I could see Sally just because no one would think she did it.
Nah.
Like if I was on stand,
everyone's like, "Oh God, she must have been holding him."
They're like, she must have been holding him with the gun.
Yeah.
They're like, do you think Sally
he
shot
had it
Christian?
coming? She's in Cabaret. She's in not Cabaret. She's in
Chicago.
She's
in the full outfit.
He only had him.
I'm like, Sal, everything all right?
Tick, switch.
So do I get his Rolex or like who gets that? I'm like, I don't even think you're Italian.
All of a sudden, she kills one person. All of a sudden, she's Italian.
Who's getting Michael, help me, baby. What is it? The Patek Philippe?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's it.
That was it.
Oh well, no. The production is ramping up.
Good. Now that it's
Now
that it's passé.
Now that we've made every mistake that we can, boys, I think it's time we start making
now
some.
That people are buying them on Alibaba,
we better hurry.
Yeah, it's hysterical. Again, we've talked about this before, but I think the grand plan is going to be that all or many luxury Swatch group brands like Blancpain or Breguet or like all these, like the Bath Escaf and 55, all these different things.
Yeah. They,
in theory, would also have Swatch releases that the world would love and go nuts for, and John will keep buying them on Alibaba.
For $25. And you know what the best part about all that is? All those companies are going to hate it. It doesn't matter because Swatch bought them.
They're like, exactly. Too bad. You don't have any rights no more.
Too bad. Make them. They're like, okay.
Yeah. Too bad.
That's the watch world. That's what we live in.
That's what we live in, baby. Anyway, everything else is good with you?
Yep.
Same shit?
Same.
I'd complain, but who would listen?
Sure.